Hello everyone, my name is Mayank, and I'll be here today with my colleagues Tanzim, Tamid, John, Rithik, and Clyde discussing about one of the most practical and powerful frameworks for understanding teamwork, the 5 C's. Whether you're managing a team, working on a group project, or just trying to improve how you collaborate with others, the 5C model gives you a clear guide for what makes a team succeed. We'll start with a brief overview of the 5 C's, discuss where this model comes from by looking at its history, then we'll introduce the business we chose for our analysis. After that, we'll go through each of the 5 C's in detail and explain how they apply to our chosen business. Finally, we'll wrap up by discussing factors needed for this model to be effective and factors that make it ineffective. The 5C model includes the 5 key behaviors that make teams work effectively. First, we have cooperating, which means sharing resources and supporting each other. Coordinating is all about keeping everyone aligned and on track. Communicating ensures information is shared clearly and respectfully. Comforting involves showing empathy and building confidence. And finally, conflict resolving is all about addressing issues in a healthy and productive way. Together, these behaviors create a strong, high-performing team.
Ideas of effective teamwork behavior can be traced back to the mid-20th century, when psychologists first began studying group dynamics. One of the most influential figures was Kurt Lewin, often called as the father of social psychology. Although he did not create the 5 C's or even the original 3 C's, his research laid the groundwork for understanding how teams function and adapt to change. In the early 1950s and 60s, Lewin introduced the unfreeze change refreeze model, which explains how organizations transition from old behavior to new ones. Unfreezing involves breaking down all mindsets through communication. Change refers to the moving towards a new state with cooperation and involvement from team members, and refreezing is focused on stabilizing the new behaviors through coordination and clear expectations. His work showed that many organizational problems such as low awareness within individuals, poor leadership, and lack of motivation were rooted in ineffective group dynamics. While he didn't label them as communication, cooperation, or coordination, his research proved that these behaviors were essential for successful transition. Throughout the 1960s, researchers expanded on Lewin's finding and formalized the first 3 C's: communication, cooperation, and coordination. These were seen as the core elements that allowed teams to achieve shared goals and adapt to change and perform effectively within organizations. And then during the 1970s and 80s, the focus shifted towards applying these concepts in real workplace settings. Organizations began experimenting with new teamwork practices such as collaborative problem-solving sessions, clear role assignments, and stronger accountability. Research during this time consistently shows that teams using the 3 C's were more efficient, more adaptable, and better able to perform under situation. By the 1990s and the early 2000s, consultants and business academics built upon decades of research and expanded the model. 2 new C's were added: comforting and conflict resolving. And today, by the 21st century, the 5 C's of communication, cooperation, coordination, comforting, and conflict resolving are widely used across multiple industries such as business, healthcare, technology, and even sports. This model not only strengthens teamwork but also improves individual traits like adaptability, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, the 5 C's helps organizations reduce turnovers and enhance performance and create stronger, more resilient teams. In this research, we'll be focusing on a department group, and that is the PC Express. They are a department head who functions under the Loblaws company as a grocery click and collect and delivery service that allows customers to order groceries online and lets them either pick them up in store and have them delivered to their residence. It is integrated into Loblaws stores, especially the real Canadian superstores, and rely on the store staff to be able to quickly pick, pack, and fulfill the orders online.
Hi, I'm Tahmid, and for my part, I will be focusing on cooperating, which is one of the 5 C's of effective teamwork. So, first, what is cooperating? It basically means how team members tend to help each other, share the workload, and step in when someone is falling behind. So, in the PC Express department that we are particularly focusing on, cooperation is especially important because the work is super fast-paced and so the order deadlines are tight. So as you can see in the slide, in PC Express, the manager told us the challenges that they face in regards to cooperation includes: first, for instance, during busy periods or rush hours like weekends or holidays, everyone gets so focused on keeping up with their own orders, and so things do get messy. New staff also sometimes hesitate to ask for help, and in high pressure moments, it's harder for the team to look around and support each other. But the manager told us that cooperation actually indeed plays a huge role in preventing delays and keeping the whole workflow smooth. So as you can see in the next slide, when we asked the manager that what actually improves cooperation in your department, the manager shared a few things that really works for them, and currently they're implementing those changes. First, quick check-ins during the shift among the employees. For instance, how are you doing? How's your work going? Or do you need any help? Next, the experienced staff tend to step in early, playing the role of mentor to the younger ones, which helps in improving the teamwork and reducing the conflict in status among the employees, and also results in maintaining a positive tone among the workplace. So they also made it clear that during rush times, everyone is expected to help wherever needed. So these small habits led to much less stress among the employees, better employee morale, and faster service for customers, which perfectly aligns with the organizational objectives of the company.
For coordinating focuses on making sure everyone on the team is working together smoothly. It is about organizing tasks so people are not overlapping, slowing each other down, and waiting around because something was not communicated. Good coordinating keeps the workflow moving, helps the team stay on track, and makes it clear who should be doing what. In PC Express, one of the challenges was coordinating, especially during busy periods. During the interview with the manager, sometimes two people can end up working on the same aisle or overlapping product, which slows everyone down. Another issue is when the pickup area gets backed up, it creates a chain reaction for the shoppers and packers. Communication between the front and back can sometimes slow down when an order is delayed, but the pickup team does not know it yet. To improve coordination, the manager uses a few strategies that really help the workflow. They assign picking zone so staff do not crowd the same spots. They stagger the start time of the orders so one person does not get overloaded. They use walkie-talkies to send quick updates between shopping, packing, and pickup. And during rush times, they move people around based on who's the fastest in certain tasks. All these steps help them reduce overlap and stay organized and keep the whole process running smoothly when things get hectic.
Communicating focuses on how information is transmitted and understood between two or more people. It plays a big role in the workplace since it touches on most, if not all, the 5 C's, which are essential to how well team members work with one another. Clarifying information which improves task efficiency and also boosts social engagement among other employees. There are many times at PC Express when employees are not communicating as much as they should be. During the interview with the manager, they stated that missed instructions were the most common issue regarding communication. At times, employees aren't aware of which orders are higher priority and which substitutions need approval. This leads to delays in preparing customer orders and confusion among the team about what needs to be completed first. Another problem that happens from lack of communication is during rush hours, when messages can get easily lost within the chaos. There are also times when staff may assume something has already been handled, which can lead to delays and interruptions in the system. To improve on these issues, a few strategies could be implemented to further help with the lack of communication in the department. The first is being clear and direct with instructions, making sure that the person being told something is fully understanding what is being said and relaying back the information to clarify, just in case something was missed or misheard. Another solution is using handheld devices properly, writing notes and marking delays to communicate with the other staff if any changes or notices that need to be brought up. To end off the shift, update the next team about what happened earlier so that they are aware of anything important. Effective communication helps teams work smoother and more efficiently, which also create a positive team environment.
Comforting focuses on emotional support team members give each other, especially during stressful situations. It's about showing empathy by recognizing others' emotions and responding with understanding rather than criticism. Comforting also includes providing psychological comfort, meaning creating an environment where members feel emotionally safe, accepted, and supported within the team. It's also about building confidence by encouraging team members, acknowledging their efforts, and helping them feel capable even when tasks seem difficult. Together, these behaviors help create an environment where team members feel supported, valued, and better able to perform under pressure. In the PC Express department, comforting plays a major role because the work can become overwhelming very quickly. Team members feel overwhelmed when having to deal with multiple orders at once, and customers are having to wait a long time. Additional stress is added when processes aren't running smoothly. Team members, especially those who are new to the team, often worry that they're holding everyone else back. To combat this, other team members regularly reassure any new team members that speed and efficiency will come with experience and that no one is expected to be perfect. During busy periods, team members check in with each other, asking how they're doing and whether they require any support. These small interactions make a big impact because team members feel seen and not left to struggle alone. Team members regularly rotate tough tasks so that no one gets stuck in the hardest roles for too long. This prevents burnout and shows fairness, which in turn helps maintain a positive team atmosphere. After exceptionally busy days, team leaders take time to acknowledge everyone's effort to help boost morale and make each member feel appreciated.
Conflict handling. In the 5Cs model, conflict handling is the ability of team members to resolve disputes effectively to maintain a positive work environment and achieve organizational goals. Conflict arises in all organizations. However, there is no always bad. Conflict can be categorized into two types. Healthy conflict. This is where the conflict is based on improvement of the process, finding the best solution for an existing problem, and it helps strengthen a team. Unhealthy conflict, on the other hand, is where the argument turns personal, staff starts blaming each other for the existing problem and not focusing on coming up with a solution or addressing the problem. In the interview, the manager stated that conflict can arise in many scenarios at PC Express. The picker wants to make a substitution to keep the orders moving, but a team lead can block it to avoid complaints. This clash of goals, speed versus satisfaction, holds the process and causes frustration, leading to conflict. Solution: implement a tiered authority system. Associates handle minor issues independently, while escalating major problems to a manager for a final binding decision. This ensures flow and prevents conflict. Second scenario: a team leader announces a policy change poorly. Staff don't understand it, leading to mistakes. This builds the manager's frustrations until it erupts in anger. Solution: hold regular meetings to communicate changes clearly. This allows for questions and team feedback, turning potential confusions into a collaborative discussions. Effective conflict handling prevents disruptions and fosters innovation. It transforms friction into a constructive force that improves processes and it strengthens team.
The 5C model fits the PC Express environment effectively because the department depends on strong coordination, clear communication, cooperation, emotional support during high-demand periods, and constructive conflict management. The fast-paced, customer-focused nature of the work requires employees to stay organized, assist one another, and maintain a supportive team climate under pressure. When the 5C behaviors are applied, the team is better equipped to handle fluctuating workloads, reduce stress, and deliver reliable service. As a result, the 5C model helps strengthen both how well the team works together and the overall morale within PC Express. The effectiveness of the 5C model is largely determined by the conditions and context a team is working within. Coordinating and communicating are more critical when tasks are complex, highly interdependent, or time-sensitive, since teams must remain aligned to minimize mistakes and prevent setbacks. However, they're less effective when tasks are straightforward and low in interdependence, as extra coordination and communication can slow down progress. Cooperation works best in settings that emphasize shared goals, but loses its effectiveness in settings that reward individual performance and achievement or foster competition. Comforting is most effective in high-stress and fast-paced environments, but becomes less effective in highly automated or low-pressure settings. Conflict handling is effective in environments where teams encounter diverse perspectives or creative problem-solving. but it becomes less significant in routine and predictable environments where disagreements are uncommon. Overall, the 5C model is highly effective in collaborative and rapidly changing environments, but becomes less impactful when tasks are highly individual and involve minimal interaction with others. That'll be the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.